So I've come back down to Champion, who are helping us with the garage doors for the big garage build. Now this was something I was a little bit nervous about taking on, because we have got to make 4 pairs of oak garage doors. They're bespoke, you can't buy them off the shelf, with their frames, 2 pedestrian doors and some small windows as well. Now the trouble is, when you make anything out of oak, it's really hard, because you've got to get the right type of oak in the first place. There's so many different variables, there's so many different species of oak, and you've got to pick the right one that will do the job. It will withstand the weather with the right finishes on, because some oak will last outside and some just won't. So the thing is, I need to lean on Champion and say, this is what I'm doing, this is the specification. They can pinpoint the right material for me. I've got an idea of what I think I need, but they'll know at the time what's available on the market as well. And from there, we draw up a rod. Okay, so Elliot and I have drawn up a rod. That's quite an easy operation for a joiner. That's a full-size section of how the doors are going to be constructed, if you like. From there, we provide a cutting list. We send that cutting list off to Champion. Now Champion can source our material for us, of course, but more than that, they can actually machine all of the sections. What does that mean? So that means we need a number of stiles, rails, braces, tongue and groove boards of different sizes as well. So they have got a machining service that I first used probably in the 1990s to have skirting boards matched and architraves, picture rails, all the sorts of things you find in period houses. They've got an amazing service here. We've got access to go inside and have a look at exactly what's happening. Have a look at some of the work that we're having done, some of the oak that is being milled as well. So we're going to go and take a look around the mill and see what they're getting up to. So this is Steve, and Steve works here in the mill. Is this your main mill in the company?
No, we have another one in Edenbridge.
Okay, as big as this?
It's bigger, but it does most of the stock for the yard. It works on a program of works.
Okay.
Where we tend to do the bespoke side in this part of the business. So.
It's always been a mystery to me, because you go into the sales office and you say, I need 60 metres of this skirting, and they go, yep, we'll take it away, we'll price it, and then the next thing you know, 4 days time, you might have the material coming out, which is amazing. But I've never actually got to see inside here, and it's just like a commercial joinery shop effectively, except you're concentrating on the milling. So Steve, I know the guys are on a tea break, so we haven't got long. If you can show me a few of the machines, and we'll have a look at this oak, because basically anything with green on like this is the Euro oak. This is what you're actually machining up for our job now.
It's a large job, so you can see some of it's already started now. So
it's looking good. So if you don't mind just talking us through the process, we'll start at the beginning.
So the timber is delivered in through the back door and sorted at the end of the mill down here. So we're looking for straightness of timber, lack of knots, etc. So we get to grade and go through the timber as we're doing it. Some timber doesn't come in as straight as we'd like.
No, timber's timber.
We have an overhand machine just here that we use to help straighten some of it out.
Yeah.
If we believe that the timber is straight enough, we would use this machine here, which is a multi-rip saw. As you can see, you can set the saws in the position
I like that
you want.
That's amazing.
Okay. And what that will do is it'll expel the unused, unwanted bits round at the edge.
Right, okay.
And give you pieces like that.
So these are now dead parallel.
Yep.
And straight.
So if you run a...
Oh yeah, that's lovely looking stuff. That's a really nice bit of kit, that one.
Yeah, it's lovely. So this is more for your planed all round type of timber, which is part of your job.
Yeah.
That machine over there can run the planed all round timber we call the 6-car. You can see it's full of chip-ins from all your stuff.
That is very technical.
It is. It has, as the name suggests, it has 6 heads.
6 heads.
Okay, so they can be used to create planed all round timber, or a moulding, a skirting, an architrave, a scotia. etc.
So it can do shaped work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so once it's been processed through there, it comes out, and there's some on that.
Yeah. So this is just.
That's the 90 by 44.
That is the 90 by 44 European oak.
That's going to be frames, styles, and all sorts of things. That.
Yeah. So as you can see, the remainder is over there for us to machine.
Yeah. Got
And
it.
we also have more on the multi-rip machine there to go through for your job. You can just see it.
Yeah. Let's have a look around there at the other things. So.
Okay. We have a bandsaw here.
That's a nice bandsaw.
Yep, so we can do furrings on here, we can do tilt fillet. In general, its main job is to size the timber for the jobs.
Yeah, okay. So you'll do a lot of them, like reduce the stock with this down to more manageable sizes.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
It looks like it's got a really nice fixed blade on that.
It has, yeah, it is. It's a relatively new machine. It does the job very well, yeah. We have a large cross cut.
Yeah, that's a nice cross cut.
So if you've got 6x6 timber, for instance, we have the machine that can deal with it. It also has a nice safety feature to it. So we have all of the safety devices.
Yeah.
But it is very nice to be able to clamp your piece of timber in place.
Just show me that again. As you know, every chop saw needs one of them because it's so much hassle bolting them down every time.
Yeah. I mean, anything to do with safety is great, isn't it? So
now this is interesting, Steve. Look, this is typical when it comes in.
It is
sawn.
It is. So if you look at it, and if you look down the length, I don't know if the camera can see it. You can see it's not dead straight.
Yeah, it's veiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of oak.
Yes.
As it dries out, it starts moving.
Yeah. So when we run it through, we're either going to overhand on the overhand planer to get you a straight edge.
Yeah.
Or as is the case with these, we're going to do it on that machine there. So you can see it's got a laser line.
Yeah, where's the laser? Oh, I see, yeah.
So you can see it going across. That helps us to see where the fence line is and what it's going to achieve in your timber.
All right, so you'd lay a...
So if I was to put a piece of timber on for you. Now you've got to start working out where's yours.
Oh yeah, I like that. Oh
so,
yes.
Is that good enough? Probably not. So now we're starting to get there. Providing we've got enough room there for your job, that's where we'll cut it.
And how would it travel through that machine?
So you can hear the saws have started. And there. And then if you go to the back, you'll see where it exits.
It's like a conveyor belt.
It is, yeah, it is.
And how does it grip?
It grips from, I'd have to show you with it switched off.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for it to stop.
Yeah, of course.
It won't let you open it until it's stopped. Takes a while.
A lot of power.
It has, yeah, it's a very powerful machine. There we go. Okay. You have the rollers. Basically, you can set the rollers to where you want them to be based on the depth of your piece of timber. We will use that as our guide.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I like that. Where do we go from there?
So it's coming out of the back of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're either building it up on a set here or, as it is, we've moved it over to here.
Yeah.
And that's what you can see. So that barrow over there had twice as much on it, and now you've got that much.
Wow, and then it's going through the...
then it's going through the 6-cutter machine then,
And it's at that point where the process is finished?
Yeah, I mean, we'll trim things, we'll cut them down to size if that's needed.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap them, strap them, label them up.
Yeah.
And then they're now to go to the picking and delivery team.
Whereabouts would the tongue and groove be happening? Would that be done on a spindle mould, or would that be done in there?
It can be done on both, but if it's a small meterage, we can do the spindle moulder there, which is just there, or more than likely it'll be a large meterage, and it's done on there. So it'll be done on the side heads. So you'll have one head doing the tongue, one doing the groove, and a planing block at the top, a planing block at the bottom, comes out the other end.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you make someone a moulding, you will machine their cutter for them, and then you'll keep it for 1 year in like a library.
So we keep it for 1 year, 1 calendar year from the very first order. I can show you in a minute exactly where we keep them.
Brilliant. Okay, the lads have just come back from their break, so they're going to crack on. Let's go and have a look at that library.
Yeah.
You've got a thicknesser tucked out here. What do you use that out here
So
for?
that's really a focus for the gents who work in the yard.
Okay.
We will use it occasionally as well. But the great thing about it is you can go up to 500 mil wide.
Oh, right, okay.
So, which is quite an unusual size. It's a great machine. It needed its own room.
So the guys in the yard, if someone comes in for a door liner and they say, oh, it needs to be 20 mil, not 28 mil.
Yeah.
And that can be done.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
sometimes,
straight away.
Sometimes while they wait.
Oh, always while they wait.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I mean, if it was a huge amount, it might take a bit longer, but that's it really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is such a good service. I mean, every timber merchant should have that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
This is the tool room, is it?
Okay, so yeah, whenever somebody wants a moulding done, a handrail, a skirting, an architrave, there will. This room is key to making sure we get it done.
I noticed straight away they're all in month order.
Yeah, so that's last year's.
Right.
And if you had anything machined in February, for instance, there's February.
Are all of these different jobs?
Yes, and they will all have the customer name on the back of them.
Name and a code that you know.
Yeah, so we'll know where to look for if a customer did want that job again.
Okay. Do you know what? I've never seen so many cutters. So what I'm seeing here is just like years worth or whatever.
Yeah, so basically what you're looking at is you're looking at around 18 months worth.
Wow.
We do some stock items, say for instance, if...
your own mouldings?
Yeah, so if you like the softwood handrail, for instance, but you'd like to have it in walnut.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, we will have the cutters for it here.
Fine. Look at some of these shapes. Now, just who actually makes, have you got someone employed to make these?
Yeah, so we have Chris that works, he's gone on his break at the moment.
Yeah.
So he'll design.
Yeah.
And it's between him and one of the gentlemen you saw downstairs who will come up here and they will grind these from steel blanks.
Yeah. And they do that through experience, do they?
Yeah. Basically work by template. So, for instance, let me show you. There you go.
So they've got.
So you have a template,
which is done on laser cutter or something, is it? Or
yeah. So basically, it's done on the CNC downstairs.
Okay, fine.
Okay. They load the template into here.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're going to basically, as they move the machine,
it follows that, does it?
It's going to be following here.
Oh, I see. That is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So it's going to be following, the block will sit on here.
Yeah.
On this part. Let's have a look, see if I can find one.
So in the block, they clamp the steel. Follows the profile. The grinding wheel there will actually make it the right profile and shape.
Yeah, so if we look at it. There we go. So you're going to have that up against here. You're going to be following a template over there, representing what it is that you're machining from here.
I had no idea it was done on such an industrial scale, and it's only when you look at the amount of cutters that you guys have made.
Yeah.
And these are only, as you say, 18 months ago, and it's not just here. There's whole trays of them as well there. So.
Yeah, I mean you can see how busy we were last August.
That's last August. Okay.
Yeah.
Blimey.
So August, July.
It's phenomenal.
September.
It's phenomenal. Now let me just ask you a quick question. If you get someone come in with a moulding and you've done something similar before, would you know that from a database of some sort, or not?
We do have a member of the team, Chris, who does a lot of this work.
Yeah.
He does tend to have a photographic memory.
Yeah, fine.
And he can remember most of what he's done before.
Yeah, I think that's incredible.
I don't have such a great memory, so
yeah, I think that's incredible. Well, I tell you what, that is absolutely fascinating to think that this is happening right here in this timber merchant. Incredible work.
Yeah.
Stuff that's not really being done in many places up and down the country. So yeah, that's absolutely fascinating. Well, I must say, Steve, this place is incredible, isn't it? And just seeing the stuff that you're making upstairs, I mean, the mouldings and the cutters, and that's what you're all about, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Everything that you're doing in here is based on someone needing something, a specific size or shape or species, and you're able to do that. So I'm going to leave you to get on. I see you've got a load of work to do. Thanks for letting me come by and have a look. I'm looking forward to seeing all this stuff arrive with me shortly. Then we've got the task of joining it all together.
Yeah, that's down to you, isn't it?
Nice one, mate.
Thanks very much.
I'll see you in a bit. Thanks
Cheers.
a lot.
Thanks a lot. Ciao.